Hello and welcome to my channel today. We're going to be learning how to do a slip knot, and I'm going to show you two different methods for doing that, and this is the way I like to do it. So I have my tail end here and I have the working end of yarn here, and all I do is make a loop like this so that this working end of yarn is crossing over in front of the other yarn, and then I simply take this yarn, the working end of yarn, and I push it up through that loop. I get my hook, I put my hook in like that, and then I just tighten. I'll do that again. You have your tail end here, this is your working end of yarn. We just make a loop and we hold that loop in place with our thumb and our finger. We take the working end of the yarn and we just push it up through that loop. Take your hook and put it through like that, and then we tighten. And by pulling on this working end of yarn, you're tightening your slip knot, and when you pull the tail end of the yarn, it slackens it for you. So what you're aiming to have is a slip knot that's not too tight that you're struggling to use it, and not too loose either. So you want to get it so that it can move back and forward on that hook. The second way to make a slip knot is to get your yarn with the tail end here, this side. This is your working end of yarn. You grab onto your yarn with your thumb and your second finger, and you have this finger like this, and all you do is wrap that yarn round that finger, grab onto that yarn end of yarn like this, pressing down with your thumb to keep it in place, and you get your working end of yarn and you just wrap that round your finger as well, not too tight. Hold on to both of those strands of yarn. You take this back loop here and you just pull it over the top of the other loop, over your finger and off. You get your hook and you just put your hook in there, and then you pull on your working end of yarn to tighten like that. So again, the tail end will slacken it, and you'll see I'm holding on to the tail end and I'm pulling on the working yarn and I'm tightening it like that. I'll do that once again. Your tail end is here, your working yarn is here. We lift it like this. We're holding on to the yarn with our thumb and our finger. We're pulling this over the top and round the finger. We hold on to that tail end with our thumb. We then get the working yarn. We wrap that round the finger and we grab onto that one as well. We're holding those two strands of yarn now. We're taking this back loop, we're pulling it over the top of the other, off the end of the finger, like so. And when you're holding these pieces of yarn like this, and you pull your finger up, you can see it's starting to tighten into a knot. You just put your hook in there, and then what I like to do is hold my tail end and pull on the working end, and that makes my slip knot. So I hope that's been helpful for you today, and if you found it helpful, please do hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any other content.